This video is brought to you by NBALuckyShots.com.
23 here, 23 there, 23 everywhere! Any of the actions, violence, etc. that will be going on throughout this series, I will not be condoning any of it. Please do not attempt or reenact the things that go on in my life. Thank you. How I lost my virginity. Why the heck am I telling this to you guys on YouTube, man? Like, this is probably the most embarrassing story, the most embarrassing moment of my freaking life, and you guys are going to witness it live and in full effect. I was always different from everybody else growing up. I was never that type of dude to just talk to a girl for 24 hours. I mean, up until this point, maybe my mindset has changed, but to that, I just never was that guy. I had to get to know the girl more. So this was the summer going into 11th grade. Let me repeat myself. The summer going into 11th grade, because apparently I was supposed to lose my virginity all the way in elementary school, according to my childhood homeboys. Like, that is so freaking ridiculous. How the hell were you even developed at the time, man? I'm not gonna say the girl's name out of respect, but we're gonna go ahead and call her T. T was literally like my definition for a dream girl. She was mixed with black and white to make things even better. She was a couple toes lighter than me. I mean, it was just so freaking amazing. I mean, the boobies were sitting like here. I don't know the exact cup size or whatever. She had a nice little round bottom, and her feet and nails were done. And it was so rare at the time because I live in South Florida, and she was in 10th grade. She was only a year younger than me. You rarely would see girls in that specific grade level that would take great care of themselves. Me and T were talking for a good 2 months, and the way I met her was through Facebook, when Facebook was still popular at the time. I know y'all are very, very familiar with those TBHs on social networks or whatever. I mean, they just give you the best hints in the world. She said I was cute, I dressed well. I was just like, that was my golden ticket to some punani. Really, nigga? But it did not come easy. She was one of those girls to play hard to get. I mean, what do you expect? She's light-skinned. So we were about 2 weeks fresh out of school, and I had nothing to do on this specific Thursday. And guess what? She had nothing to do on this specific Thursday. Her mom and her dad wasn't with her at the time, but she had an empty house is all I really cared about. I mean, you should have just freaking seen me at the time. I had everything planned. I had my fit ready to go for the next day. I had stupid amounts of minty fresh bubble gum. And to go on top of it, I had some nice good old brand name condoms. But there was one thing that was missing. I had no freaking wheels. I had no license or permit at the time. Luckily, I had the best freaking connections. My old boy from middle school, he was in 8th grade and I was in 6th grade at the time. So that's why there was a big, huge age differential. And you guys are probably like, how the heck do I know this, man? But he was 20, about to turn 21 very, very soon. And my homeboy's way of income is that he was a street pharmacist. I'm pretty sure what you guys know what that means, right? Of course, what anybody does when they have some nice wheels, they always want to ask for that gas money. I mean, he was trying to charge me like 20 bucks. I mean, the place that I was going to at her crib, like she was like 15 minutes from where I was at, and he lived in the same neighborhood I lived in. He was like, yeah, Kamani, you're my boy, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop it to $5. Man, I was so freaking ecstatic. Like, I only had to pay $5 for the best moment, the best thing that any man anticipates in his life. So Thursday comes around, you know I gotta be well dressed. I had nothing to worry about. He's sitting there picking me up right in front of the neighborhood, and I'm just feeling myself. We're texting all the way which way through, and then all of a sudden, my boy was like, yo, I gotta go pick up somebody. I'm just like, I'm not trying to get involved in any of your illegal activities, buddy. But I didn't say that. This was around the time I started smoking, and like I said, I'm not trying to influence nobody. If you know what's bad, do not try to reenact what I'm doing or try to copy what I'm doing, you guys, because at the end of the day, you always want to have the most successful life. I no longer smoke anymore because weed is bad for the brain cells. We're finally back on the road, and my focus is on T right now. I'm not even paying attention to what's going on in the car. Come to find out, homeboy was sitting there rolling up a fat behind extendo right next to me, and I'm just like, yo, like, this is the biggest saying we had back in the day. Like, if you turn down a free smoke session, it's like turning down a free meal, so you never ever do that. Please do not take into mind anything I'm saying out of my mouth right now. So I'm sitting there texting T like I was just saying, and we're flowing through the phone, and the conversation is starting to build up very intensely. Like, at this point, I knew I was all in there, and then,
oh shit.
You want to hit? I said, I mean, yeah, sure, bro. Like, it wasn't my first time burning or whatever, but I just like, that was just not my focus, because I just did not know what it felt like to have sex before. I did not want anything to mess up over something so little with the tree. But you know me. A couple pulls later ends up being 7, and we're almost at her freaking crib, and I'm already feeling like my head is rising in the goddamn sky. And this is where I know I really messed up big time, people. When I was born, the doctor doctors actually diagnosed me with a very high paranoia. Like, I was just born with it. Like, I don't know if there is a freaking higher vocab word for extreme paranoia, but I was just always like, I always had the biggest paranoia in the world. And anytime I went to go pull up on a dro, it will freaking trigger like a freaking lightning bolt, man. I tell you, I'm sitting there thinking about the craziest ish in the world. Like, what if I turn a 45-degree angle when I'm in missionary position and my condom rips for a little bit of a second of an inch speck and I have 2 twins? Like, I was thinking about some crazy crap like that. And I'm just like, yo, I need to freaking calm down. Like, let's pull it together. Like, we pulled up in a driveway to make matters worse. To make matters freaking worse. Listen up, people. She had 2 siblings that she did not tell me about. Yo, pause. I thought it was just gonna be me and you in the crib. So I let that go. I let that slide. My boys finally dropped me off. I could see him in the corner of my eye being like, oh, look at my boy Kimani. Boy, I knew I was about to get those props when I went back to school, but I had to let all that big ass ego aside because my focus is to make sure I'm doing this right so I can give this badass Red Bone the best experience in her life. About 5 to 10 inches from her door, she turns around, stands on her tippy toes because I was taller than her at the time, and she gives me the freaking most seductive kiss in a lifetime. Like, she bites my bottom lip. I just love the way she did that thing, man. And I was just, I would just feel like $1,000,000 right now. Like, nothing couldn't get in my way. Nothing was sweating me. And then we went in the room, and then she asked me, Kimani, are you high? She was that type of girl to not like boys that smoke. And I always lied to her. I said that I never touched drugs in my life. Like, that's just not my thing. And she's looking me dead in my face, holding my cheeks like this, asking me like 5 times. And I just cannot resist freaking smiling, dog. I just like, yo, she got me, you got me. And she already eventually found out, but she didn't really care. So she gets to yapping away about her ex-boyfriend problems. I'm just like, listen, girl, like, I'm not freaking Dr. Phil. More time is wasted. She ends up asking me what I wanted to do for my future stuff. At that point, I wanted to be in the NBA. And I mean, that's a story for another day on why I stopped playing basketball or how I could have played college basketball. Then, wha-la-la-la-lam, comes the good part. This is where all of the practice hump on my pillow. This is where all the practice of having this good old moment at night. Oh man, this still smells good to this freaking day. So I had the rubbers in my left pocket. I had camo cardos on at the time. And she gets on top of me. I still am the lazy dude to just let the female get on top and ride me. So that's what I was trying to get her to do. So she gets on top of me and we just start kissing on top. It goes on for at least about 3 minutes. And then I don't know, something just clicked on my head. Like, I was never one of those freaking poorly acted movie scene versions you would see in films of today. Like, I just got it. Like, I knew what came next. So I ended up lifting up her shirt in a very slow way. Like, I could have won a freaking Oscar award for the way I pulled this off. I had no idea how to unstrap a ball. Like, I was grabbing her back. Like, I was just like this. She goes like, you good? I was just like, girl, I got this. And I somehow got the little clip inside. The top dust. They were the nice gumball type. There wasn't none of those pointy ones you see on those freaking 58-year-old women. And at this point, I reached the full-on horniness stage. No homo intended at all. Right when I thought nothing could get any better. T, I'm hungry. Inside my head, it was just like somebody just took my heart and just freaking threw it out the window, dog. How are you gonna freaking interrupt me at this point? Like, these siblings were about 10 or 11, so they knew what the hell I was doing in the room, dog. Listen up closer to you guys. I don't know how the hell I was able to maintain my temper. More knocks come on the door, but this time it wasn't in T's room. It was outside the door. I was just like, no. This cannot be your mom. Thankfully, it wasn't her mom, but it was her freaking siblings' friends. It was about 5 or 6 of them freaking little rugrats running inside the freaking house. I looked at freaking T. I'm just like, girl, are you freaking kidding me? We got a freaking whole kindergarten in the damn crib while we're about to get it on in the room. Like, how am I gonna freaking focus? So I'm literally at this point at the peak of my freaking high. Like, I'm just freaking straight up tripping. I'm getting so freaking irritated and the hunger starts to come on. So when I start to get hungry, I really start to get angry. I'm just like, yo. I pull her to the side. I'm talking to her like, yo, let's go back in the room. We had something going on. And she completely agreed with me. She found some way to distract those little freaking brats and stay in the living room so we can finally get to the business. Mind you, there's about 8 or 9 kids in front of her living room. Like, picture her room right here and the living room like literally right out here. They're sitting there jumping around, banging on the freaking pans like it's a freaking jungle gym in here, dog. I'm just like, this is not a freaking environment I want to be in right now. Let me go ahead and do my business and skedaddle. So I literally had to freaking repeat what I did in the past 15 minutes to try and warm up so I can freaking penetrate, man. And by the way, just a quick brain teaser 101. I don't care where the hell you are, but this is how we do it in the dirty South. If you never penetrate a female, you are a freaking virgin. Like, I hate when people say, oh, I got hit in the back of school. Like, yeah, I lost my virginity. Like, nah, bruh, nah. You need to actually go inside. You know what I mean? I finally get to that stage again. She ends up taking off her booty shorts, which I was supposed to do the last freaking time until we were rudely interrupted. And now it's my time to shine. I pull out the rubber. I knew how to put it on. I'm not no freaking 40-year-old wannabe poorly acted film version like I said before. Now all I had to do was cross the finish line. I cannot believe I'm freaking saying this, people. I was unable to do it. I was unable to do it. I was unable to do it. As soon as I penetrated, my freaking thing said this. Bloop, and I'm stuck. Like, what the f? What just happened? Like, this cannot be happening to me. I went soft. Yes, I said it. I went soft. I was unable to make it happen. I could see by the look on her face like she was disappointed. Everything that we talked about in a text message up until then was completely shattered right in front of my face. Somebody please tell me what the hell happened. I mean, I just don't know if it was caused by the weed. I don't know if it was caused by the paranoia. Maybe it was both. Maybe it was something else. I eventually later on in the year ended up losing my virginity the proper way. But on that specific day, do you guys think I lost my virginity?
My chopper so cheese, yeah, they nickname me back around here. I be in the Bentley while you boys be on the bike. It's not your average